Oh, many of you thought Trump was just being weird for some weird reason. It turns out Ghislaine Maxwell, who is definitely a trustworthy individual, by the way. Yeah, who could have seen this coming, guys? Ghislaine, 2 counts of perjury, Maxwell. Nothing to see here, everybody. Yeah, I said, Lamau, oh, I guess this was all just a big misunderstanding. They literally shut off all the avenues of investigation, all of the previous investigations that have been conducted into this matter, and the only thing that we have now is the word of Ghislaine Maxwell. And how did we get this information? Oh, that's right. Donald Trump's lawyer, who now happens to be the Deputy Attorney General, went and had a private meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell. What are we doing? Are you kidding me? This is insanity. It's total, utter madness. What the hell?
It's the case the White House just can't quite shake. And now we're hearing new details about that 2-day meeting.
CBS News has learned Ghislaine Maxwell said nothing during her 9-hour meeting with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche in July.
Yeah. Todd Blanche. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, also known as Trump's literal lawyer, Todd Blanche. It's so funny that for years, Donald Trump and the Republicans kept talking about how the DOJ is so not impartial. The Department of Justice is totally working at the behest of Biden, totally working at the behest of the Democrats. Oh, such unfair prosecutions taking place. And then literally came in and was like, I'm making my lawyers, my own personal lawyers, my fucking attorney general and deputy attorney general. And they're going to do whatever the fuck they want. We are going after anyone and everyone that I do not like. And we're doing it openly. I can't believe your lack of charitability towards this new administration. Yeah, you know what, actually? The situation is so fucked. This chatter is obviously being sarcastic, but the situation is so fucked that this is not even an actual line of defense. At least in Trump 1, people will be like, oh, you hate Trump? Why? Because you want the country to fail? They're not even doing that anymore. This is so unimaginably indefensible and so transparent corruption that, like, it's so transparently corrupt that even, like, the biggest writers of the admin can't even come up with like a reasonable way to dance around this issue. Okay, I'm sure they'll get their fucking talking points eventually. They'll get their ducks in a row and they'll start blasting it over and over again. But for the time being, there's just not anything that you can do. There is nothing defensible about this.
According to a source familiar with the exchange, she told the number 2 at the Justice Department that Trump, once a friend of Jeffrey Epstein, did nothing in her presence that would implicate him. That revelation comes as sources say top administration officials are discussing...
Guys, you don't understand. You don't understand. Totally innocent. Total exoneration. Total exoneration. I love that they're posting this. I love that their statement comes along with this photo, though, you know, which kind of makes the situation a little ridiculous, huh? Here is Donald Trump in 750 different photos with Ghislaine Maxwell. As Ghislaine Maxwell's testimony indicates, all of the times that Trump was around Ghislaine Maxwell, which was so numerous, so vast, he didn't do anything criminal ever. Nothing illegal whatsoever. Actually, Ghislaine Maxwell also apparently, Ghislaine Maxwell needs to throw more ridiculous shit in there. You know what? Fuck it. Just go all the way. Just be like Trump. Actually, he was saving orphans from a burning building. Fuck it. You're already doing it. You're already saying whatever the admin wants you to say. So you get lenient sentencing in exchange for playing ball. Might as well just make it up even further. You literally predicted this exact thing for the past 2 weeks nonstop. Yeah, I mean, it was getting there, and I told you we were getting there, and some of you didn't want to believe it. Some of you thought it was too far-fetched that Donald Trump would actually fucking give a pardon to Ghislaine Maxwell in exchange for her lying about him. The only thing that we can hope here, the only thing we can hope for here is the consistent incompetence of this administration. I speculate that because this administration is so incompetent, they will try to do this patch-up job and they will fuck it up in the process. I hope. I wish. And I can totally see that happening. I'm not exactly sure how, what the ways in which they will fuck it up, but I suspect that they will.
On Tuesday, the president said he hasn't discussed the interview with Blanche, his former personal attorney.
I didn't discuss it with him, but anything he talked about with her or The fact that he did that, not unusual, number one, and most importantly, is something that would be totally above board.
Trump also said he knew nothing about Maxwell's recent transfer from a Florida federal prison to a minimum security facility in Texas.
I didn't know about it at all, no. I read about it just like you did. It's not a very uncommon thing.
On Capitol Hill, the House Oversight Committee continues its probe with subpoenas seeking depositions from former President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. In 2019, his office said that while Clinton knew nothing about the terrible crimes Epstein committed, he took 4 trips on an Epstein plane in 2002 and 2003. But Clinton hadn't spoke to Epstein in over a decade. Also called to testify, former attorneys general and FBI directors dating back to the Bush administration who oversaw federal investigations of Epstein. And the panel subpoenaed the Justice Department for record on him.
We want to get the files themselves and ensure that we get that information out and make it transparent to the public.
As the Justice Department seeks the release of grand jury testimony in the Maxwell and Epstein cases in New York, Maxwell's attorney said Tuesday his client opposes its release, arguing her appeal is still pending before the U.S. Supreme Court.
Trump's lawyers accidentally sent over plaintiff counsel the Epstein files unredacted. That's how they're going to mess it up. I could totally see them doing something like that. They just like accidentally leak it. They just, dude, it could be anything. Actually, the sky's the limit. You could have a guy like Pete Hegseth, for example, working on handling these files and then accidentally loops in like a New York Times journalist or something. You know what I mean? You could have the fucking lawyers be in a Signal group chat with like an actual journalist who will cover the story. You know what I mean? Who knows? The opportunities are endless. Anything can happen. These guys are so bad because their role in this administration is not to be the most competent. As a matter of fact, incompetence in this situation is a benefit to Trump. Their responsibility is to be loyal to Trump. So if the only thing you care about is loyalty to Trump, you're going to have a bunch of dumbasses in positions of power, and those dumbasses are going to fuck things up. Trump won, at the very least, still had, and this was seen as a mistake by Trump, obviously, but Trump won had like people who were competent and sometimes disloyal to Trump, because that's the delicate balance here. If you want someone who is actually good at their job, when you have a guy who's trying to break everything, you're going to speak out. You're going to leak information to the media. You're going to actively oppose Donald Trump. I mean, look at Jerome Powell. It's one of the few areas where you can't fuck the bag up. So Jerome Powell is still operating as a totally independent person, right? Not independent in the sense of like, I mean, he's obviously predisposed to the interests of capital, but like he is still playing the role he is supposed to be playing under any other administration, right? Trump fucking hates that. He does not like that at all. Okay. When you hire for loyalty, you are going to get a bunch of incompetent people because you're not going to have a competent person who also will be loyal to you when you are breaking things. It's that simple. So in a way, Trump saw it as a mistake to have anyone that was like, a competent figure in the previous administration, because those guys were the ones who fucked them over in the long run. Those guys were the ones who spoke out against him. Those guys were the ones who were leaking stuff to the media. And that was a big problem. So now he's like, no, I've realized we just need to have people who also are with it. We have to, at a certain point, we have to measure the fuck ups by like the actual impact, right? Trump could just be like, I'm innocent. I told Ghislaine Maxwell to literally say I'm innocent. What comes of that? What are the repercussions for Donald Trump coming out and basically being like, I told Ghislaine Maxwell to say I'm innocent in exchange for lenient sentencing, which is in my power. If he just came out and said that, what do you think would happen? Do you in your heart genuinely believe that any sort of significant repercussions would come of that? The only way that there would be movement in a positive direction on this issue is if like people got so mad that he like openly admitted this, that there were fucking riots on the streets and his base was participating in the riots. Okay. Only then could there be some kind of change that comes out of this, but it would not be because the Democrats have pushed for like an impeachment or some shit like that. I think the institutions can like, you have no trust in liberal institutions. I mean, I want to trust them, but how can you? I feel like at a certain point, you have to be delusional to assume that like these liberal institutions are actually going to do their fucking jobs. He has overcome all of these liberal institutions. He just keeps bouldering his way through the process. And it's not even like sophisticated or clever. The way he does it is just like so haphazard and so stupid.